Hi everyone, Liane here. I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to talk to you about my three-tiered approach to journaling. It's a process that I've kind of intuitively developed over the past 10 years when I first started my therapy journey. 10 years ago, I felt like my life was falling apart. I just became a new mother. We had just moved to a brand new city. I was feeling really lost in my career. I needed a place, a safe place to be able to process and to be able to find some tools to just manage the overwhelming stress and anxiety that was building in my life. And it was through therapy that I reconnected with my love for journaling. I was able to slow down and get really curious about the patterns in my life that radically needed shifting. That curiosity turned into self-compassion, and that capacity for compassion really impacted my ability to be compassionate to people in my life. And that sort of mutual dynamic really started my healing journey. And that leads me to say that this video is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. You can do it all from your phone, computer, via phone call, video chat, messaging. You'll be matched to a therapist, usually within 48 hours, so you can get started all from the comfort of your very own home. You can visit betterhelp.com/Liane Likes. By clicking on this link, you support my channel, and you also get 10% off of your first month of BetterHelp, so you can connect with a therapist and see if it helps you. Now let's get back to my journaling practices. So what is the 3 levels? If I think about the scale from 1 to 10, 1 being no level of activation to 10 being the most activated that I've ever been, then I break it down into 3 levels. Light, like 0 to 3, a light level of activation where I'm feeling really calm, serene, happy. 4 to 6 would be more like, okay, I'm starting to feel a little concerned. I'm feeling a little agitated. I'm feeling annoyed, irritated, a little sad, a little disappointed, but I still feel like I can be relatively present, still feel a little distracted, but pretty present. And then to the greatest end of the spectrum, which is like 7 to 10, where I feel really activated. I'm fully incensed. I can't be present. I am defensive. I'm reactive. I feel like I can't see straight or think straight. And so how I feel, the level of intensity, the level of activation really determines how I journal. Let's start with level number 1, the sense of ease and calm that I feel. I normally feel that in the morning when I wake up. I can do my morning pages. I don't do my morning pages every morning, but I feel like I am in that level of 0 to 3, really like 0 to 2 of activation. When I feel like I can dedicate some time to doing my morning pages, or when I feel like I'm at the end of the day. This is my daily journal. This is a Hobonichi A6. What I love about the A6 is that up here in the top right corner, there are 5 boxes. And in the upper right hand corner, I really like to just take stock of some of the big wins and highlights from the day. Really, it could even just be, even something negative that happened. But the point is I'm in a state of calm. And whether I had a good day or a bad day, I can recall it and still feel really grounded and identify it as something that has happened, but I don't necessarily feel dysregulated by it. So I will jot down maybe my 5 big highlights of the day, and then I just start to recall what I did that day. Usually it's, I had lunch with so-and-so, I connected with my daughter, we went out for a walk after dinner. It's just really for me to lay on paper things that happened, nothing too deep. If I do write something a little bit more deep, then maybe it's, like a gratitude or just expressing appreciation or feeling a little bit of sadness or longing regarding a complicated relationship. But the point is I feel like I'm at that light level of activation. I can be really calm, feeling very, very relaxed as I get ready for bed. So this is what I do usually at nighttime. And then I also have this notebook where I'm not gonna open it all the way, but this is where I also do my morning pages and just some soft journaling as well. This is my B5 Leuchtturm 1917. This is soft cover. I got this as a gift a while back, but this is really like level number 1, light, soft journaling. Level number 2, it's going to be also a B5 Leuchtturm 1917. this is when I feel like I'm at like a level 4 to 6. I don't feel like I'm wholly present. Let's say I am writing in my A6 journal and I find that I want to write more, that there's more left to be said. So what I'll do is then I'll turn to my B5 and I will start jotting down really some unresolved feelings that I had from the day, or maybe there is a recurring theme that comes up and I just want to mark it. I want to note it. There are times in these pages where I have written letters that will never be sent to the recipient, but letters to complicated relationships, people that I've lost connection with, where if I were to meet them, what would I say? And so these are letters that I would write. Still, like, I feel like my activation level is manageable. It's within a 4 to a 6, where I might feel some deeper sadness. I might feel just kind of a lingering upset or irritation or annoyance about something. And so in order for me to get curious, I'll make some space and write it out. But like I said, sometimes I will write a letter and I'll never intend to give it to the recipient, but it helps me to process out loud and put down on paper what I'm holding on the inside. And I found that when I externalize what I'm experiencing on the inside, it lightens the weight. It lightens the load a little bit. Sometimes there is no clarity that I receive. Life and continuation, like I don't have an answer, but it helps me to process. It helps me to not keep it all inside. And I found that to be very therapeutic. So letter writing, even to myself, I will write letters to myself and in a positive light too. There are times when I feel an immense sense of pride and achievement in the sort of growth that I've experienced in my life. And so there are times where, not in here, but in an actual, like an A5 stationery letter, I will write a letter to myself and I'll read it at the end of the year. But that is definitely when I feel like, that's like, it goes either way. I would even consider it like a level 4 to 6 activation, where the feeling really proud of the sort of growth that I've noticed in myself. And so the way that a friend would talk to another friend is the way that I would write a letter to myself. So that's me at kind of like a medium level, 4 to 6. Where I really feel like I need to write it out so that I can be able to sleep better. I write it out so that I can process it and then feel more present, which is my goal, that I can spend a few minutes writing it out and then set it aside and then go on through the rest of my day. Now, this is level 7 to 10. When I am highly activated, I'm in the middle of a fight with my husband. I had a really difficult conversation with my teenage kids. It's when I've had a difficult conversation with a loved one, a close friend. We've experienced some conflict and I either feel slighted, or I felt like I didn't have enough time to say what I wanted to say, or if I felt deeply hurt. This is where I go. Of course, I'm not going to show you what I've written, but this notebook, I ended up buying like a 5-pack of this for my kids. They don't use it. I ended up using it for the academic year. But as you can see, like the size of the journals got bigger when I thought about the increasing level of intensity of my emotions. And I feel like the angrier or the more intense, the more dysregulated I get, I need more space. So really, sometimes before I even commit to writing on paper, the level of activation from 7 to 10 requires me to move my body. It requires me to engage. So I'll go outside, I'll go for a walk, I'll take our dog for a walk. Sometimes, depending if it's not anger, if it's more sadness and grief, I'll turn to my family members and ask for a hug. I'll even grab my voice recorder on my phone and I will record. I'll just say out loud what I am feeling. Most oftentimes I take my voice recorder with me when I'm out for a walk. But whatever it is it's engaging my body to process and to release some of the emotion, some of the pent up energy that I have in my body. There are times actually where my husband and I are in the middle of a fight, and he said, hey, why don't we try writing out what we're thinking or feeling? I'm angry, but I'm like, honey, okay, let's do that. And so then for about 10 minutes, we go to different parts of the house, and I and he were writing, I feel this way. When you did that, I felt XYZ. When you did this, my request is, right? Like, it's just processing all of the different scenarios. It's processing all of the emotions. This notebook is uncensored. It's unedited. The intention is not to share it with anybody. Though there are times, though, where I have referred to what I've written in this notebook and shared it in our couples therapy sessions. I am a big proponent for couples therapy, for therapy in general. I can't tell you how helpful it has been for me to be able to have no shame, no judgment regarding the words that are spilled onto this page. That is the whole intention. Imagine for me, the bigger my emotions are, it's funny that I require a larger page, but it just means I need more space. And it's just acknowledging that we have these emotions, and it's okay to feel them. And oftentimes I found that when I'm angry, or if I'm irritated, there is a justified reason that either a boundary was crossed, or I'm not paying enough attention to self-care, or I'm legitimately feeling unheard or unseen. I always think about these emotions as opportunities to lean in with curiosity. So anyway, those are my 3 levels, my 3 approaches to journaling. As you could see, I have different notebooks depending on the level of intensity of my emotions. And every level is welcome. Every level of emotion is valid and it's justified. I really like to think of these emotions that I have as guides, as friends, as companions. And they lead me, even the anger and the disappointment, even the rage and the sadness, they all lead me into increased connection with self and others, the more that I pay attention to and remain curious whenever these emotions pop up. So I hope that my approach was helpful in some way. Please leave a note. Please leave a comment. Let me know what practices you already do, what practices have been helpful for you in the past. Do you also feel the same way as emotions being companions or even as friends? Let me know, leave them in the comments, and I would love to just dialogue with you. So thank you so much. Take care, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.